you as a person, as a company, that's exactly what you want versus just someone who wants to, pump and dump your coins.
Right. And then I say to people, what are you doing to hook into communities on the flip side to get crowd going? Because if you think of the two communities of investment, it's going to be private, go to events,
Mm-hmm.
or public, please do not try to do it all by yourself. And people are still saying, well, I built my own KYC dashboard and I still have my own KYC processes and I can scan passports. And I say, congratulations. And that's going to raise zero. Because the rest of the crypto community doesn't know who you are. We are a community. We know, a lot of us know each other on one level or another. There's many people whose names I know who I've never spoken to. And in fact, there were some ICO bench experts that I connected with on another Telegram group chat. And I was like, hey, how are you? It's so cool to talk to you. Yeah, we've never spoken before, but we all knew who each other was. It was so cool.
Yeah.
The reality is we're all networked. So don't sit on the outside. Join into the community. And so the way to do that would be, why not become part of the Neo community or the Komodo community or Waves or Lisk or Cardano community or Stellar community,
Mm-hmm.
and raise your money working with them. And if their coin is traded on any particular exchanges that happen to do an IEO, then list your coin there for the purposes of just fundraising as well, to entice people, to encourage people, to engage people. That's a three-party model. It's yourself, it's the community you've joined, and the exchange that's participating with you. I mean, how much better does it get than to have 100,000 people that are actually aware of you as opposed to zero?
Mm-hmm.
Or 20,000 who just hear about you and go, oh, good, free airdrop, I get free money. Ah.
That is, but that takes some time. That's not the easy shortcut way that some people want. They want to just give me money. I have a project.
Well, I think we both know if you want to be an entrepreneur,
And not just a scam artist.
and not a scam artist, because, actually, to be fair, scammers probably work harder than the entrepreneurs in a lot of cases.
You're right, they probably do, because they have to go above and beyond to
prove themselves.
Prove themselves. You're right.
But my point is, if you and I have both been entrepreneurs and had some successes and had some failures in doing it, but we've both been there. It's for we both know the experience. One day you're on an emotional high and the world is at your feet, and the next day the roller coaster takes you down and your feet are in your mouth.
Yes, exactly.
And you're you feel sick to your stomach and you're thinking, why am I doing this? And it's up and down and up and down. That's the life of entrepreneurs, but it's also working like hell to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
You can't give up. You got to go for it, and you got to try, and you got to work for it. And this whole idea of free money, forget it. So why the fork is fundraising so hard? Because it's always been hard.
It has. Doing it well takes time. It takes the effort.
Now, when you had your water company, did you raise money?
So technically, no, I didn't raise money. I did a couple of things. I created my own Kickstarter campaign before Kickstarter existed. So I pre-sold water to help. Basically, I did like a little mini raise on that stuff to fund the first amount of all the supplies I was buying. And my goal was, because technically it's like 60 days. So my goal was find enough orders to fulfill this or refund everyone's money. So I did it that way. And then toward the end, I had investors coming to me who wanted to invest in the project, but it didn't work out at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
But you went through the efforts. You worked your tail off.
Oh yeah. I had pitch decks. I would spend hours and hours going to networking events in multiple industries just to meet people, just because I knew that someday. Yeah, they were thirsty, and it's something right. Literally, in a couple different ways. I knew that eventually funding was going to have to be a decision I had to make. So it was better to meet potential investors early on when I wasn't begging them for money. Is it just, it's just more of a, hi, this is who I am, so I'm working on, and get to know them on a one-on-one basis first and build up rapport that way.
Right.
So I had a list of people who at the end were interested, but I just didn't want to go forward.
Cool. Well,
yeah.
Got it. So look, I mean, I guess the takeaway for me, for everybody that's listening or watching today is, every one of us at some point in life is probably an entrepreneur in something. And For me, the takeaway here is you got to work for it. You can't just sit back and expect it to come to you, because it doesn't work that way. Things are going to cost money. Building products, building services, documenting what you're doing, building methodologies, proving that the thing that you're building works takes time. It takes money. Sometimes it takes a lot of creativity, but it doesn't come easy. And don't give up on it. Just keep going. But don't just sit back and expect freebies, because it's not going to work like that. Sometimes you just get lucky and you meet the right people at the right time and it all just falls into place. Fantastic.
Yeah.
But that's not true for everybody. And
no, but part of that is you have to go out there and meet the people. So that's like, you can't just sit by yourself in a room.
Correct.
You actually have to meet people.
And when you hear about events, go. Don't go to all of them. Verify, validate the ones that seem like they're worthy. Ask around and say, is this a worthy event to go to? Do they have the right kinds of people? Ask the right kinds of questions, but then don't hesitate. Just go. Because the worst thing that comes out of it is you spent a little bit of money and met a lot of people, and those people might end up being people that connect with you later. Unless you just sit in the corner and you don't talk to anybody at an event. At least you're networking, and you never know what that network will lead to later in life. So you bought, no matter what you do, when you spend some money to go to an event and meet people, you're buying something that's invaluable, which is connections to people that you could never have had otherwise.
Yes, that's so true. And oftentimes people do business with people they like. So even if that investor right now isn't interested in your project, if they like you, they will keep in touch with you. They'll keep finding out what you're working on, because people always, again, keep tabs on people they like.
Yes, they do. And here we are. Well, that's great. So listen, everyone, thanks for listening today on our episode of Why the Fork is Fundraising So Hard? To the moon. Until next time. Thank you for joining us today on The Coin Chat. Join us on Telegram on t.me/thecoinchat, where we discuss a range of topics on cryptocurrency. And visit us on patreon.com/thecoinchat for show notes, outtakes, and previews of additional content. Or follow us on our website, which is www.thecoinchat.net. And remember to like and subscribe to us on your way out. To the moon. Until next time.